So, as already said, the goal of the game is to get a high score, so-called AI return on investment. So, I mean, in the real world, you also would calculate a return on investment. You would invest, let's say, 10,000 euro in a new AI tool, and then you will hope for you get a advantage of revenue increase or cost reduction by 20,000 euros. We have a 100% return on investment. In this case, it's a little bit simpler. So in the end, we will calculate some costs and value points. So it could be euro, could be dollar, whatsoever. And the thing is, those costs and values will be summed up over different business activities or business domains. So if you think of a company, probably most companies have something like a marketing department or the marketing activities or sales, legal, procurement, and so on. And for each of those domains, we will calculate the costs and the value. And here's a little trick for each of the business domains, we will identify use cases, how AI could help us to improve marketing, help us to improve sales, and so on. And we will sum over the value for each of those use cases. But for the costs, we will just take the use case with the highest costs. Because often, if you invest in AI tools infrastructure, the first use case, or with the first use case, we have to invest a lot of in personal, organizational, technical infrastructure. So you have to make an investment, and then you can build upon this technological, organizational, personal infrastructure and implement multiple use cases. And to simulate this, we split it into this. Okay, we sum over the value, but we just take the most complex use case with the highest costs, and this will set the total costs. It will become clearer in a moment. And the whole game, I mean, this is at the end where we calculate all the cost points and value points for all the business domains and sum it up. And the game works like this, that there is a so-called AI wheel, and you can spin this AI wheel, and it will come up with a proposal like, okay, you can use generative AI, right? And then here is a card stack, and you grab the card which is on top. And here you have one typical use case of generative AI. For example, you can use generative AI for personalization or contextualization, for example, of website or documents and so on. And your job will it be, or the job of the participants, to decide where do you want to play this card? Where you do want to play this generative AI use case? And here you can see you have multiple activities. So you can, for example, use personalization and marketing. So you would use generative AI to create a personal website. Or the other option could be use it in sales and service to make a personalized sales mailing. And that's something you later have to come up and make a proposal. And I, as the gaming moderator, will have to decide, okay, sounds that plausible or is completely crazy what you're proposing, and I can reject it. Um, and as you can see here, each of those cards, they have a cost point. Here, it's this card will cost you 9, and if you flip it, but we will flip it at the end of the game, so not before. And if we flip it, we see depending on where you play this card, you will get different points. So, for example, in marketing, generative AI for personalization will get you 14 value points. But for example, if you use it in finance, you would just get 7. So for you, it's also you have to think about okay, for what technology, what specific kind of AI technology tool is best fitted to what business domain. Yeah. So let's flip that back. And also remember, if you put multiple cards into one domain, the highest cost point will define the cost for the domain, but you will sum up over all values. So often it's a better strategy to put multiple use cases into just one domain. And this is exactly what happens in most companies, or what most companies get wrong. They try to put one use case in each domain. So make everyone happy. So let's do one use case, one project for sales, for HR, for finance, and so on, which makes the costs very high because you need for different data sources, you need different tools, different data science experts, and so on. And this is exactly the opposite of a strategy. And someone said, it was Michael Porter, the essence of strategy is choosing what not to do. And this will be exactly also one of the tasks before we start spinning the AI wheel. You have to decide where to put those black cards. So you have to make a strategic decision where do you don't want to play because you don't think that you can win there. It's like fighting a battle. You can't, or fighting a war. You can't fight every battle. You have to choose your battles in order to win the war. And the same is for business or AI in business. You can't apply AI to every business domain. You have to make a decision where you can, yeah, leverage AI data with the most value. Okay, let me put this back. So, so this is something we will also discuss, or which you discuss with the participants. They have to make the decision where they put those five black cards, and of course, it will help them later on if a domain is blocked by a black card. So it helps you to sharpen your focus and focus just on the domains which are not blocked by a black card. So before we start the game, you have to define your so-called winning aspiration. By the way, there is a famous book. It's called Playing to Win, which is a famous book about strategy. And this is exactly why we called this game Playing AI to Win the Business. And this term winning aspiration is chosen from this book because a strategy also a good strategy process, design process starts with defining what's your goal. You can't uh, or a bad strategy is if you say, yeah, we want to reduce costs, we want to increase revenue, we want to increase customer satisfaction, we want to increase or reduce waste, and so on. Then you have too many goals and you can't focus. So the first thing is focus on one of those goals, and that's why we have the starting poll here. And yeah, then there will be a timer because it should be really realistic. If you start designing a strategy or an AI strategy for your company, you don't get 12 months. Maybe you get 3 months. Better you just take 3 weeks or so and come up fast with a strategy. And so here the timer is set to 10 minutes. You can also play it with 15 minutes, but 10 minutes is a good way to start. And to make it a little bit more fun, uh, we let Miro AI make proposals for the so we have to select one company as an example, and we let Miro AI ideate the companies. So for example, and if you like, we can test it. If you go there, so let me check. I have to remove the sticky notes. So if you like, add the country where you are living right now to this template here. Okay, that's locked. I don't know why it's locked. Okay, let's remove the lock. So for example, and you can also not your only your location, for example, you can also add the industry you're working in. Mhm. Great. I can also show you how this works. So I'm using this Miro AI action button, by the way, and here it's just has this prompt, create sticky notes with the name of 5 random companies from location and industries. So really simple approach to create some randomness. Okay, so let's try it. Okay, I wait from here. I have to wait from here, by the way. So great. Okay, let's see what the Miro AI comes up with. Okay, great. For example, it recommends Nestle from Switzerland, Tesla with R Energy, University of Toronto. So there's some mix up of the different industries and countries. BP, also oil or energy, and Siemens, okay, Germany. Ah, for sustainable product design. Okay, interesting. Yeah, okay. So now you can decide which one we should play with. So we do a quick voting. Let me see if that works. Yeah. So I will not join as a moderator, but you should see something like this. You can now just click the plus button and make your vote. Oh, you already did. Great. You're very fast. Ah, no, one is still no info. Okay. And session. Ah, here. Okay, Nestle. Okay, interesting. That's also one of our customers. Interesting. Okay, let's see. Um, okay, so let's start. We start with if you want to play the game, by the way. I mean, you can also stop here and you have uh, 20 minutes for anything else. But you like to play the game? Yeah. Okay, then let's hit the timer, 10 minutes. So the first thing you have to agree on what's the goal? What's the goal of Nestle? Why they are using data and AI? What do you think? Would increase customer satisfaction or increase sales? So let's start the poll. Yeah, thanks by the way for your feedback. Yeah. Yeah, Miro is by the way a great tool. I mean, with so many interesting functions you can use for yeah, such gaming experience. Mhm. So yeah, we have four votes, five. Let's see. I think four or three are missing. So make your choice because otherwise you're running out of time. So that's also important here. Okay. Then maybe I stop and let's see. Ah, I can't see the result. I have to also make some I'll go for waste reduction, submit. Ah, okay, interesting. Sales increase and waste reduction. I mean, waste reduction is a really hard one. I would go for sales increase, which is much easier. So let's go with sales increase. Okay, so the next thing is you have to decide where to put the black cards. I mean, you can make a proposal in the chat. You just can grab one of the cards where you think, okay, we don't want to play in sales because we don't think sales will help us to increase sales. Okay, sounds ridiculous because it is. So you have to make a choice. Ah, okay, couldn't vote, was too buggy. Yeah, sorry. Okay. So, you decide it's inbound logistics is not relevant for sales. Okay, you still have four cards to play. So think about what of the different business domains are relevant for sales and which are not relevant and put the black cards into not relevant business domains. Yeah, procurement. Yeah, it's the opposite of sales. It's where the money goes. Mhm. So, for example, what do you think about HR? Might it be relevant to increase sales? No, then yeah, let's put one into human resources. Mhm. Okay, we also legal you don't think will be relevant. Okay, then you have one black card left. You don't have to put all black cards, but yeah, okay, let's decide for IT or technology. Okay, great one. So I'll forget this one. I have to mix the or shuffle the cards. This is, by the way, something that would be great as a Miro feature, where each time you create a new instance of the template board, it automatically would shuffle the. So, oop, oop, flip card. Okay, I think uh, all cards are shuffled, right? Then let's put it back. Okay, then let's spin the wheel. Oh, we have autonomous AI, and what you can see here is that there are different kind of complexities or forms of complexity. So on the left side, you see business intelligence as the simplest form of AI or analytics, and on the right side, it's autonomous AI. So that's why the costs increase, but also the value points, of course, increase. But I mean, you would not choose it randomly, by the way, but in this game, you have to select it randomly. So it's autonomous AI, and in our case, it's smart devices, smart factories, smart cities, smart grid, whatsoever. And now you have to come up with an idea in which domain could us help us smart devices for Nestle to increase sales. And you can just unmute yourself or write it into the chat window. So what's your proposal? Does anyone an idea? Should I give you one example to start with? So, yeah, for example, you could use smart devices in manufacturing, so in production, which creates personalized, how it's called, Schokoriegel, chocolate bars, for example, so that someone could create writing on his chocolate bar with "I love you, my wife" or whatsoever. Just a crazy idea, right? And okay, let's put it there. Then let's move on. We have a few minutes left. So generative AI. So we want to do prescriptive optimization, so price recommendations or bid optimizations. So do you have an idea how Nestle could use it to increase sales?
This is a wild idea, but using generative AI to create content for marketing for that particular new product,
Yeah.
in
But in this
mass.
case, it's a special form of generative AI for prescriptive optimization. So you would
Oh,
come up
okay.
with more like a what's the best price recommendation?
Okay. Got you.
Yeah, but
You think back to that one.
think about it how you could use it also in marketing, for example. Yeah, this card would, so Natalie's writing this card would have been good for procurement, maybe, yeah. But we excluded procurement. But for example, we could, price optimization or bid optimization is also used in B2B sales relationships. For example, Nestle is selling to not to individual customers, but for example to Edeka, which is a large retail chain, and they do a lot of price negotiations. And this could be, for example, used. Okay, what's the best? What should be our initial offer for the B2B pricing? Yeah. Okay. Should we place it in sales? Let's see. Okay. Let's move on. Okay. This is analytical AI. It's like statistics, correlation analysis, and things like that. And here we have this use case of driver factor analysis. So you are, for example, you want to know what are the so-called sales drivers. So why do people buy our chocolate bar and not from the competitor? Okay, someone grabbed it. Where do you put it? Ah, in research and development. Yeah. So for what reason or what's the idea?
Sorry, I had to look for my audio button. Well, if you're wanting to find out what the drivers and factors are
Yeah.
that have developed so far, this way you can just send the analytical AI to give you insights into information you already have for
Yeah.
research and development.
Yeah, and this is exactly what Nestle, in fact, is doing. They're doing a lot of market research, consumer research, and trying to find out, okay, should the should be a specific packaging for a specific chocolate bars. Should be we sold one package with 5 chocolate bars. Should be someone with 6 chocolate bars. I mean, it sounds trivial, but it is a sales driver. Right. Okay. Oh, where's my mouse? Okay, let's spin it another time. Which one? Oh, autonomous AI. Oh, that's a choker. So you can come up with any idea that has to do with agentic AI, physical AI, reinforcement learning, and it's completely upon your fantasy, your creativity. But it has to be some kind of autonomous AI, autonomous analytics. Someone was a good idea?
What about Mia's idea earlier?
Excuse me?
Mia's
Yeah.
idea from earlier for
About
the
a
marketing.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
marketing
The
content.
marketing, yeah. So to generate completely autonomously marketing messages for people personalized. So something like, hey Martin, you're doing a webinar. Do you need some sugar? Then please buy our
Energy
Nestle
drinks or
chocolate bar.
something. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, great one. Yeah. Okay. Predictive AI. So this is all about making predictions, but also detecting things like, okay, there's a fault. And there's one attribution modeling, which is often used in marketing. Like, okay, where do I spend my marketing budget? Should I put it in print, TV, online, and so? Well, do you have any idea how Nestle could use this for increasing sales? I mean, it's maybe too obvious. I put it in marketing, okay? Yeah. So let's do. Oh, time is out. Okay. So let's stop here. And now you have to help me a little bit because here in Germany it's late and I don't know if I were doing the math right. By the way, I tried to automate this with Miro AI, but Miro AI, I mean, it's a simple, you just have to add some numbers, but it always get it wrong, Miro AI. So it was really good in analyzing text, but not just adding up numbers. Maybe I'll give it another chance. I tested the beta of Miro AI. Maybe this was a problem with the beta functionality. But so we have to do it now. So let us start with research and development. So please remember, we have three costs and we have research development for value points, right? So let's move here. We have research development, three costs. And for value points, then we have this smart device and product operations. It's the only card. Let's flip it. And we have what was it? 14 and 17, right? Yeah, 14 and 17. So 14 cost points and 17. And you can see here, the more complex, sophisticated AI is, the higher the cost. And this is also people learn or should learn from this game. So sometimes it's better to go for the simple AI, the simple analytics. Then we have marketing. I think that we have multiple cards, right? Yeah, okay. So we have the Joker with 16 costs and gives you just 15 points. That's a bad one. I'm sorry. So so let's take a look on this one. Oops, sorry. And here we have 12. So we have to add 12 to 12 and 15 is 27, and the highest cost is the Joker. So it's 16 and 27, right? So 16 and 27. So you see, that's why I tried to automate it with Miro AI because it's a little pain in the ass counting the numbers or the costs and value points. Then we have again we have 7 and 12. Okay, let's see. I think this was the last one. 7 and 12. And now we have 40 costs and 60 value. Let's add another line here. 40 and 60. Okay, so we are we are in the top 5 at least. Congrats. I'm also adding the link so people can check whether, and this was Canvas conversations. So maybe this is also something which will be automated in the future, that you don't have to do it manually. Company was Nestle, right? And our objective was sales increase. And you can see most people go for sales increase and cost reduction. I mean, it's a safe way to play this game. And yeah. Okay. That's it.